Walk into the front lobby.
Oh, there's Shirley Temple right there. Did you see her?
Yeah, were they here?
Yep.
They all started here.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got the box office. That's where you'll check then with your tickets, because you'll have to say, oh, we're under blah, blah, blah's name, and then they'll give you your ticket. And then this is a seating chart of the entire stage. In total, the theater seats over just 980 something people, but not all the seats are being sold because some of the seats are compromised and not a good spot to sit during the show.
Nice.
Over here we have the entire cast of Rock of Ages, including the designers and what they're doing in the show. This is the gift shop. It will be open like an hour before the show starts.
That's, what's his
Yeah.
Who is that? What's his name?
He was in Gone with the Wind.
Yes, what's his name?
His name's faded out.
But I know him Gone with the Wind.
So this building actually flooded in the 80s, and that's why there's water damage on so many of
Look
these
at that old
photos.
camera.
So this is actually a
Projector.
This is an old projector. You can come look at the lens right here. So this sat in the back of the house, and there's a little cutout in the wall in the theater that I'll show you. And your average film that you would run through this camera was about 7 miles long. And this is one of the film wheels up here. If I can get it open. Maybe. I don't think it wants to open. There we go. So this is where one of your spools of film would sit, and this wheel just pops out. And you can put a different wheel of film in there as well. And then it would travel through, go all the way in, around. You've got a lot of mechanisms that the film travels through, lots of spools. And then it would end up down here where it would all get gathered up.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what is the part in the back? The motor?
No, so the motor is actually in here. And it's encased in this metal box because it's very loud and you don't want to hear it when the movie is running. Come on, friend. There we go. So this is actually what are called arc carbons. These are copper rods and they're filled with carbon on the inside, and basically what it's acting as is a really bright, long-lasting sparkler. And this is what's going to put light behind the film to project onto the screen. So this produces a light so bright that if you were to open this while it's on, you would go blind looking at it.
Wow.
So, and it shoots that light through a lens back here. Oops, excuse me. There's a bunch of lenses in here that reflect off and then come through this main camera lens. And the film runs through that lens and projects the light through the film.
So how many rods did they use at a time? One?
It would take about one rod. I think they would switch them out at intermission. So, and then there's some controls down here with power, and they can stop the spark from running and then open it up and replace it. But yeah, you can tell just how much power it used based on how thick this cable is. So, and then you've got your reflector back here, and then you've got some knobs down here, and you can adjust how, if I open this door up, you can adjust like the closeness the rod is to the arc and things, and adjust the reflector. So this is all glass right here, and then there was a metal foil lining behind the glass, and you can see it's deteriorating.
Yeah.
So it was basically
Kind of powder now.
yeah. So the arc would put light out in all directions, and so the reflector's job is to take any light that's not going out towards the film and reflect it back.
So is that why the old films were kind of blinky?
Yes, because it was the
Good
sparks.
question.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Yep. And the worst part about these arc carbons is that they put off a lot of smoke. So there was actually ventilation just for the projector.
Oh.
So that would go out to the top of the building and out a little chimney where all the smog would go out.
Oh.
I don't think all these actors were here though, were they?
No, not all of them.
They just display them, right?
Right. Metro Gold Wing Mayor. It's a award ceremony that was held here before this became Fort Peck Center Theater.
Greta Garbo, look at her.
So, because these are old photos they would put up for movies that were playing, so they would put up these posters of these actors.
Based off the movie.
Yep.
Ah.
So, and then right here is the design team for Rock of Ages behind this mannequin. So we've got our stage manager, our costume designer, our lighting designer, our props designer, our backstage manager, and our sound designer.
And they come from all over?
Yes. So.
What's the furthest?
The furthest I think is Texas.
Because you got some Wyoming, the Montana.
Yeah, there's also Seattle. So.
Wow.
Okay, and then this is our branch off of the other main lobby.
I think the restroom's down there.
Yep. Go.
Can we stop for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.